It has now been over 6 years since Devil May Cry 5 came out, and fans are starting to wonder, where's Devil May Cry 6? Capcom's been silent, but behind that silence has been rumors, slips, and a very successful anime lighting the fire of Devil May Cry. In this video, we're going to break down everything we know about Devil May Cry 6 and the state of the series in 2025. Devil May Cry 5 launched in 2019 and was a massive hit. Over 7 million units sold by 2022, more than 10 million after the Netflix anime dropped in 2025. You'd think a sequel would be a no-brainer, right? But Capcom's been real quiet. So let's rewind and look at every credible sign pointing at Devil May Cry 6 actually being in development. Back in 2020, trusted Capcom leaker Dusk Golem claimed that Devil May Cry 6 was in development using the RE engine, which powers things such as Resident Evil. He said it was early development and not coming anytime soon, so yeah, even in 2020, it was a waiting game. Fast forward to the last few years and the pieces starting to come together. Capcom quietly posted job listings in Japan for a high-end action game. That didn't confirm anything, but it fits the bill of Devil May Cry. Then in 2025, Ruben Langdon, the voice of Dante, accidentally said Devil May Cry 6 during an interview before correcting himself back to 5. Classic slip-up or a tease? You decide. Series music composer Casey Edwards, who worked on Devil Trigger, also hinted at more DMC music on Twitter, though it ended up being for a mobile spinoff. Still, the momentum was there. Now here's the reality check. Hideki Itsuno, who is the director of the Devil May Cry franchise, he has been knee-deep in Dragon's Dogma for a very long time now. Though that game came out a little over a year ago, they have still been supporting the game since launch. The development of that game likely pushed Devil May Cry 6 into the back burner. Some insiders believe that Devil May Cry 6 won't become the focus until late 2025 or early 2026, and with the product support lifecycle of Dragon Dogma 2, that makes sense. There's even been speculation that we might get a remake, either Devil May Cry 1 or Devil May Cry 3, before a sequel. With how well the remakes of Resident Evil have done and how it has not only been incredibly financially successful, but also brought in a load of new fans that weren't there previously, I would not be surprised if Capcom were to do a remake of one of the older Devil May Cry games before greenlighting a sequel, because obviously it makes more sense. Bring in more fans, get them hyped, and then send them out to enjoy Devil May Cry 6. But here's one of the major things that might be pushing Devil May Cry 6 into development right now, and that's the anime. The anime came out and was insanely successful. In its first week, it not only got 5 million views, which is nearly unheard of for an anime, but it also entered Netflix's top 5 global shows for that entire week. It drove so much excitement and so many new eyes to the series that Capcom announced just weeks after that Devil May Cry 5 had now sold 10 million units. Now I'm not going to say 3 million of those 5 million users went out and bought Devil May Cry 5. This is likely all the sales that it came up since the last time they updated us, but this anime alone likely did push some pretty heavy numbers into that game's sales. The anime gave the franchise new life. There are new eyes on the series, there are people who forgot about the series who were reminded about it, and there are people who never even knew the series existed who are now flooding into Devil May Cry. If you look at the subreddit of Devil May Cry or any fan forum online, there are so many people asking right now, what is the order to play these games? How can they play them? And they're asking all these random lore questions that you and I have likely known about for years and years and years, but it's new to them. That is one of the things I love the most about when games get an anime adaptation, a TV show, or a live action movie. So many new fans, so many new avenues that the series can go, and this is one of the greatest parts about the anime doing so good. So obviously, the hype is there right now, and Capcom would be insane not to launch a Devil May Cry 6 or a remake within the next couple years, especially now that the anime has already been confirmed for a season 2, and since the anime kind of follows way before the games even begin, perfect timing to remake Devil May Cry 3. Of course, they wouldn't be able to do that in a 2-year time span, so it would have to be something they would have already been doing, but they've likely known about this anime for years already, so if they're going to do a remake before Devil May Cry 6, everything's lining up for it to make sense. So where is Devil May Cry 6, or just in general a new game in the franchise? It's probably there, it's probably real, it's probably in development, and Capcom is more than likely taking their sweet time on it. With Itsuno likely finishing up all support for Dragon Dogma 2 within the coming months, and the anime being a massive hit, I would not say it's out of the realm of possibility that we could see Devil May Cry 6 or something similar in 2026. Until then, we still have tons of Devil May Cry content to enjoy, and it's more than likely been a while since you played the games, or you maybe not even ever played the mobile game. So there's still a lot of Devil May Cry content to enjoy before the next game comes out. This has been my first video where I do a deep dive looking into what is likely to happen for a game that I really want. Devil May Cry 6 just happens to be the pilot. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to deep dive to find out more information about likely games to come out that we are all excited for, Let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a like so that I know that you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button if you're new. While you're down there in the comments, let me know. Do you want Devil May Cry 6 to just be the next game, or are you down for a remake? With all that being said, I've been Cruisandro, try not to die, and I'll see you in the next video.